Carson here with Chex fans. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Behind me I have a Sprinter 144 all-wheel drive. Today we're going to be checking it out and giving you guys a little tour. So first things first, let's walk through the exterior and see what we did to this thing. All right, so first thing you'll notice right here, we've got an upgraded suspension on this thing. Got a Falcon Stage 3 from Van Compass. So we added those extra struts here in the front. On the rear end, beefed up those shocks as well. We also added an AWD here in the rear, bringing that rear suspension up 1 1/4 inches, just to deal with some of that rear end sag as we put weight into the vehicle. Got AWD's Talon wheels, some open country Toyo all-terrains. Right here we got our freshwater fill. This is something we started doing recently that we really love, paint matching all of our fender flares here in the vans. It just makes the aesthetic of the vans so much better. Coming around to the back, this customer is a real big mountain biker. So kind of the thing on this build is he wanted to be able to store a road bike, some mountain bikes on the inside of the van, but also on the outside of the van, for those days where he's just taking a day trip and doesn't want to have to really, load them inside and get everything dirty in there. So we have some one-up bike mounts right here. These are very awesome because, if you're going with different people or you're carrying a couple of bikes yourself, these are adjustable for whatever tire size you have on your bikes. So it just, opens up a wide range of things you can carry back here. We got this AWD's monster box right here. These things are pretty cool. All right, so this is the box right here. Gives you a nice little table area right here when you got it open. You can easily fit helmets in here, any extra gear that you have, things you might want to keep outside of the van in case they get muddy, like a bike jersey, something like that. So this box is super awesome. Easily close it up. Nice part about this too is it's got locks on it, so you don't have to worry, if you're parked at a gas station or something, you run inside, you don't have to worry about anyone possibly grabbing something out of there. Spare tire carrier right here, as well as the AWD's ladder rack, so this gives you access to that roof. Easily climb up there, stow away any luggage if you had a roof rack. This customer doesn't, but if he ever wanted to add one down the road, gives them the ability to crawl up there. All right, so something that was a must for this customer was an air compressor on board. So we went with an ARB twin motor air compressor, and we wanted a couple of different hookups. One doesn't know what sort of terrain he's gonna be on, so he might be on some fire roads. He might wanna actually take the tires of the van itself and deflate those down to increase that traction when he's heading out to the trails, but also for his bikes. He doesn't know what terrain he's gonna be riding, what bike he's gonna have, so we wanted the ability to inflate, deflate those tires as well. So what we wanted to do for him was give him the best possible ability to do that. So we wanted a hookup here in the front of the van. So this hookup right here, ARB Quick Connect. It's in the grill of the van, pretty cool location. We actually custom fabbed this bracket. So it mounts up right here, hose runs up into the engine bay, and then we have that ARB air compressor mounted up there. Air compressor is mounted right here in the engine bay. Van Compass sells this great mounting plate for it. So we have the twin compressor right here. Our switch to turn it on and off is right in the middle of the dashboard inside the van. And then we have our second air line running through the frame of the vehicle down towards the trailer hitch. So we actually have a hookup right there. So if he's got bikes in the back of the van, you can actually quick connect right in there and then inflate those tires, while also having easier access to the rear 2 tires of the van itself. So that was our ARB air setup in this thing. Turned out pretty well. All right, so here we have our Furrion 30 amp shore power plug. It's tunable, so if you end up having a breaker at your house at maybe 15 amps, you can turn it down so you don't keep flipping it. And then right to the left of that, we have a plug for solar ground panels. So this client, he doesn't have any solar on the van right now, but he was thinking he might use some ground panels. So we gave him the ability to plug those easily in goes to the solar charge controller and charges that battery bank if you might be out for more than a couple of days. Let's go up on the roof and kind of show you what we did up there. All right, so up on the roof here, we have Max Air Fan, Dometic RTX 2000, but right here to the left of the AC unit, I kind of want to talk about this a little bit. So this client said he didn't want solar panels on the roof. We don't have any roof rails, no roof rack up here. However, we did tell him, down the road, if you ever wanted to add in solar, it would be a pain for us to build out the interior and not just go ahead and add these runs for you. So we went ahead and we put in a solar gland, and all we did was we ran wiring for him. So if any point down the road he wants to add solar, or maybe he wants to sell this van to somebody else and they're like, well, I wish you put in solar panels. Well, we have the ability to do that now. And adding this to a build, it's very inexpensive and it would save a huge headache down the road. So this is something we definitely push clients towards doing if they don't want solar panels at the time of build out. It just gives you that flexibility down the road to add them if you want. All right, so the last thing here on the outside of the van that I'm gonna show you guys, we install these amp research steps all the time. I would say probably about 75% of our customers go for these steps. They're super handy, especially on these all-wheel drive models, because the van's actually lifted off the ground a little bit higher than the two-wheel drive ones. So it helps you get up into that van quite a bit easier. The second thing, it also stays, it comes out and deploys under power when you open up the door. So the nice thing is when your door is closed, that step is up and out of the way. So if you're on more rocky terrain, you don't have to worry about possibly ripping your step off. So open up your sliding door here, step deploys. It's positioned perfectly to allow you to go into that sliding door, but also allows you on that passenger side to easily go in and out of the van. We've got one on the driver's side as well. Something we've started doing recently is we actually put a rocker switch right here in the seat box. So this is pretty cool. You can make sure your step never comes out. So maybe you got a big boulder right here at your campsite and you don't want that step to bang into it when you open up your door. So you can actually keep your step up and not deployed, or you can come down and now that step is permanently out. So if you close your door, that step's not gonna retract. An awesome feature if you're at your campsite, because these actually time out. So when your cabin lights go off in your van, these steps will automatically retract. If you're at the campsite and you're not running your vehicle and you wanna keep these steps out, you can go ahead and flip that rocker switch and they'll stay out deployed indefinitely. So definitely something really cool that we've been doing recently. So that's all for the outside of the van. Let's go on the inside and show you what we did in there. All right, here we are coming into the kitchen galley right now. We've got this little outdoor table that we like to put on a retractable cable. Just when you're at a campsite, you might want to set a couple of drinks there, some food. Got a little speaker here too for playing some music outdoors. This is something we've been doing quite a lot recently. It works great paired with the passenger seat swivel. So it's a little flip up table here and you can actually adjust it up or down however you need to. Not only for that seat swivel, but it also gives you some extra counter space here. This is a 144, so we're limited here in counter space size. So this is a great little option to just get you some more cooking space. Flips down just like that, stows away. Something this customer really wanted was the ability to take some friends with him to the trails. So he wanted to be able to carry quite a few bikes in here and also some buddies with him. So right here we have a fold up, fold down bench seat that carries two with seat belts. So it was a great option for him because he wanted as much room in here as possible when he wasn't carrying anybody. So we came up with, let's install this seat here. So this was a great option for him. It's also paired well with this Canyon Adventures Lagoon table. This table is absolutely awesome. It flips out like this, has a couple of cup holders, gives you the ability, if you have this bench seat down, you can actually have some counter space, hold those cups when you're underway, or you can swivel all the seats around and kind of play some games. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna kind of demonstrate this bench seat. So it flips down like this. Got a little handle. So just giving you that ability there to carry a couple extra people. However, it does close off the hallways, so you know, if you want access to your bed or anything, you'd have to put this seat up and away. Right here we have a Arctic turn window. So these passengers, when you're underway to the trail, you've got some nice views of the road. We have some L-track installed here, so if you want to attach anything, as well as charging your phones. So we have a USB plug and then an outlet right there. Right here you'll see a subwoofer for our sound system. We mounted that into the wall, kind of keeps it out of the way and also increases that bass. Alright, so here we are. This is our only overhead cabinet, fixed overhead cabinet that we have in this van. So we've got high pressure laminate. We went with a white on this. Also our classic aluminum framing. So we use that extruded aluminum to frame this out. Here's our control panel right here. We've got ball valve for the gray tank, heating pad for the freshwater tank. We've got our water pump. We're using a Victron Serbo GX here for all of our battery information. And also the fuel sending units come into this and display how much water we actually have on board. Renogy 2000 watt inverter on board. This is our water heater. We like to put these on a timing switch just so you don't forget about it and draw down that battery that you have stored in your battery bank. Right here we've got a storage cabinet, our Bluetooth amplifier for our speakers on board, and then to the left a microwave was crucial in this build, so we put a nice sized microwave in here, tucked it up over our bedside table. All right, here we are, bedside table. We did a bodega mini fridge right here. We've been doing these a lot more in our builds. They're pretty cool because they not only open up this way, you can also open it up that way. So it gives you a little bit of flexibility there, you know, especially if this seat was down and you wanted to be able to access it from the garage area. We have our bedside table right here with a little backsplash, just helping you prevent from that phone maybe sliding off behind this seat when you're in bed. Drawer right here. All these drawers are on the magnets, so they won't open up when you're driving along. Another storage drawer right down here. Moving over to the kitchen galley, butcher block countertop on everything. Have a Ravati sink here, good sized one. I think this is 13 inches by 13. Water on board. We have a 37-gallon freshwater tank, and that tank has a heating pad on it. So, you know, if you're in a colder climate, you can easily still use that fresh water without it freezing. Soap dispenser right here to the right. We also have our 110 volt outlet right here. That's great for cooktop. He's carrying a cooktop in here, just a countertop one. He didn't want it inset or anything, so he can just easily set this here and cook when he's out on the trail. Now moving down below the kitchen sink, we just have a storage area right here. Now this kitchen galley, you'll notice it's quite a bit more depth to it than usual, and that's because right here to the right we have a Laveo dry flush. So this Laveo comes out, it's on 500-pound heavy duty slides, slides right out, locks out just like that. You can push it up and away. All right, so on this side of the van right here, we have a soft cabinet, so you can actually easily detach these if you don't want them in the van. They're pretty awesome. They give you quite a bit of storage space inside. So they're definitely handy to have. And the nice thing too is if you wake up in the middle of the night and you hit your head on them, you know, they definitely give you some forgiveness. All right, so down here in the garage area, we have our water box right here, and then this is our power box. So our power in this van, we have two 280 amp hour batteries, giving us quite a bit of juice. He doesn't have any solar on this van, so he wanted adequate enough power to be able to run his fridge, microwave, and be able to be out on trail for a couple of days with the AC unit running. So we gave him 2 of those batteries. Right here, you'll see L-track on the ground in the garage. This gives you the ability to store up to 3 bikes. These L-tracks are strategically placed on the floor to be able to fit these bike mounts, and then here you can fit a fork mount. So a lot of flexibility there on storing bicycles inside and outside of the van. Now moving to the bed, we built a Murphy bed in here. First time we actually did one of these and it turned out really well. We strategically made the garage space here wide enough for bikes. So we have a little mattress here, got a big mattress in the middle. System right here, you just compress that mattress down. You've got this little hook it down there, stays up and out of the way for you, and you can lower down the bed. All right, so here on the side that the bed was up on, here's our little mattress as well. So that just tucks right in there, gives you a lot of sleeping space, especially with this flare and this mega flare on this side. You can be super comfortable in this bed. And this mattress is 6 inches thick, so very comfortable sleeping arrangements on this van. And again, the flexibility of being able to lift up this bed it's just awesome. It's perfect for what the client needed. All right, that was all for our 144 mountain bike build. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, really help us out. If you're in the Northern Virginia area and you're looking to get, maybe a window cut out, an AC unit done, or, full build, feel free reaching out to us. We love working with customers. We love getting these things done. Thanks for always watching, and have a good one.